certified freaks. 7 days a week. Wet ass P-word. Make that pullout game weak. Hold up. Yeah, you effing with some wet ass P-word. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass P-word.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and I don't know if you noticed. Not a lot of people are talking about She-Hulk attorney at law anymore, and it probably coincides with early reports that viewership has been massively dropping off. But to be fair, this is common for all new shows. People tune in to check it out, see what it's all about, and then they move on because it's not for them. And She-Hulk is a show that they told us, the writers told us, it's not for you. And so, you know, I tune in because it's part of my job and I can see that the show is clearly not for me. But they had a big Yas Slay Queen last week that the entire internet was losing its mind over. But I think it just played itself exactly how we thought it would. That and more after a quick word from this video's sponsor. Huge shout out to this video's sponsor, Private Internet Access VPN. Look, it's 2022. Everyone should be using a VPN by now. They unlock content, they provide an immense amount of privacy, and much more. From a privacy standpoint, not using private internet access would be like forgetting to mute yourself on Zoom and then talking about your coworkers. For unblocking content worldwide, watching Netflix without private internet access is like paying for an entire spa day, but only getting a facial. Private internet access unlocks content, it adds an extra layer of protection, it conceals your internet traffic, your true IP, yours alone. You can access your favorite content, region-locked content. There are thousands of worldwide server locations, and I've been working with private internet access so long, they have a massive discount for you, my subscribers, when you use the link in the description or in the pinned comment down below. So get protected, get access to all the content you deserve, and save huge by using my custom link in the description or pinned comment down below to get private internet access today. Now, there was back about a week ago, there was a big hullabaloo on Twitter where She-Hulk had a conversation about women having to control their anger or fear when they get catcalled or fouled so they don't get ended off this planet, and men calling it woke. Y'all would not last one day as a woman. 230,000 likes. Again, I am woman, hear me roar. I'm strong, independent women who don't need no man. And some dude being like, hey, nice, hot like a tamale. Some guy yells that to you. And you have to control your anger. And you are suddenly better than all men. Because, I don't know, you don't have a mental breakdown when somebody says you're pretty. But the internet wrote endless articles about how stunning and brave it was, and how this movement, the She-Hulk scene is sparking discourse about female rage and bad dialogue. Because in the scene, of course, She-Hulk says that, she's so much better. She's had to struggle so much more than the original Hulk at controlling her rage, which is laughable if you know anything about the Incredible Hulk. And of course, She-Hulk, already is bigger, faster, smarter, and better at being Hulk in just a few minutes. You see here, the scene shows Jennifer and her cousin Bruce, aka the Hulk, discussing their views on anger management. Bruce has struggled for years with rage issues and wants to teach Jennifer to meditate and control her newfound strength. Meanwhile, Jennifer offers a different perspective, focusing on the way women are socialized to suppress their rage. I'm great at controlling my anger, she argues. I do it all the time. When I'm catcalled in the street, when incompetent men explain my own area of expertise to me. Depending on your perspective, this is either a smart feminist insight from Marvel, an insult towards Bruce Banner's much more valid reasons to be angry, or simply a cringeworthy example of dyadic screenwriting. Superhero stories routinely include this kind of socio-political allegory. As such, a lot of the responses to She-Hulk are very predictable, especially the backlash against any kind of feminist commentary. Yeah, I don't want it. Don't want it in my shows. Women have no struggle anymore. They have all the same rights men do. The wage gap has been debunked a million times. Just get out there and be the best woman you can and stop looking for reasons why your life sucks. There is only one reason why your life sucks, and it's you. I mean, it's quite frankly, sure, there are things we can't control, but it is definitely not men. Now, I don't mean to completely diminish the powerless feeling, probably, of, like, let's say a woman in an elevator with a couple of men. Like, I'm not going to argue that is a thing that men do not experience, okay? Feeling uncomfortable in that particular situation. There are situations where men do feel uncomfortable in these types of situations, but, you know, for the most part, I understand that. But that's the thing. Everyone already understands that. Saying that out loud doesn't really break any new ground. It doesn't really do any amazing things for you. And we've seen now, you know, She-Hulk confirms women make better Hulks, period. This is on CBR, which is a garbage website. But, like, this is what you want, right? Like, is this what you wanted? And, like, viewership, She-Hulk ratings on the low end for Marvel on Disney Plus. Several insiders have reported. Now, it's not been covered by actual news sites. Right now, with streaming, we really only have Samba TV as a litmus test in terms of viewership. But many people are reporting massive drop-offs in viewership for She-Hulk. We won't know that for sure until Samba reports on it. But as of right now, She-Hulk ratings on the low end for Marvel on Disney Plus. Marvel fans did not go out of their way to watch a show that insults them with bad CGI and even worse writing. No one saw this coming, right? She-Hulk ratings are on the low end for Marvel on Disney Plus. Samba TV reports 1.5 million households tuned in for She-Hulk premiere in its first 4 days of being released. What's actually odd is that Samba TV always reports 5-day premiere numbers. But for this case, She-Hulk Samba TV reports only 4. Did people stop watching on day 5? No, I don't know about that. Maybe that's just the data they had available. Samba does compare She-Hulk numbers to that of Moon Knight, which had 1.8 million viewers in the first 5 days, but only says She-Hulk delivered numbers on par with Moon Knight. But again, Samba TV only reported 4 days. It could be a typo too. What we know are articles like this. She-Hulk had the second lowest viewership for a Marvel series. Second lowest. Now, I don't know what was the lowest. Perhaps it was Moon Knight, which isn't really Moon Knight's fault. I think that that's really, like, you know, a lesser known character. I mean, you know, I don't want to, you know, I'm not here to spin the numbers. It's just what Samba says. 1.5 million is pretty strong. It's pretty strong. It's more than double the only 600,000 people that tuned into Miss Marvel, which I think to date is the worst. But they just completely debased themselves. Yes, I get that it's fun. I get that, like, you know, they're just having fun in this scene, apparently. But what exactly is the case of strong, independent women? Women are being always spicified and objectified. And here we have a scene where She-Hulk, I'm not going to play the music, it'll probably get claimed, is twerking. Look at this. Imagine you work for Marvel, right? And you're an overpaid video effects person or whatever. And they're like, hey, we need you to do more CGI on She-Hulk's rear end so she can twerk. Like, it's fine, it's fun, it's cringe, it's not for me, but, like, what is this? Like, what is this? I don't know. You're twerking with Megan Thee Stallion. Like, I don't think twerking, first of all, I don't think twerking is hot. It's just, I don't know. Apparently, like, look, you know, fellas who like a big juicy booty, you can have them. Like, you know, I like it. I don't like it to jiggle all over the place. I like prefer it to be a little tighter. But like that's just me. If people like it, I don't think this trend of like women eating a certain way and doing certain exercises to get gigantic rear ends so that they can jiggle it all over the place is it a good thing. I don't think it's being a good role model. I think that the dance move is obviously like objectifiable and is like overtly like bedroom related stuff. So there you go, your teen audience, like your teen girl audience. You get to see her twerk, which she does not twerk very well.
Under my last lawyer, I will kill for you, Megan Thee Stallion. Solid back.
I would kill for you. So, Slay Queen, Stan. I mean, look, the show's not for me. I doubt, outside of like ratings updates, there's any point in covering the show anymore because it's exactly what we expected. It's like CW level cringe that you're like, and the fact that like, look at this is the best post-credit scene in the MCU. It just isn't. It's not. And like all these weird like stan accounts on Twitter, like you can see Christy Mayer saying, "Wow, I totally could have been a lawyer." The CGI in this show is real bad. It's not a total dumpster fire. It's been moderately entertaining, but I expected more from Marvel. The last 2 years of content from them are making me drop my expectations and skip some shows altogether. Same, here's Frank. I watched everything until recently, even Eternals and Captain Marvel. Skipped Shang-Chi. I think that's a fine movie. Hawkeye, I think, was fine. Moon Knight, also fine, but also marred with tragedy. And She-Hulk, hard pass. Like, this was supposed to dispel negative female stereotypes. Like, I don't know. Like, this is a show that made the point she didn't want guys creeping on and catcalling her, and the same one doing and having a section of her phone has a screen cap of Captain America's butt as her background on the phone. It's okay when women do it. It's okay to objectify or be objectified only by desirable men. That's actually a good point too. Her screen lock is just Captain America's butt. But I thought catcalling, objectifying was bad. These people can't even keep their own like weird like double standard cringe in line. But that's Marvel. That's modern day Marvel for you. Can't wait to see gosh, I don't know. It would have been outrageous for me to see. Can't wait to see She-Hulk twerking in the next episode, but that already happened. So I don't even know what to say. It's kind of a disgrace. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. And if you haven't yet, please click that red subscribe button down below and we'll talk to you again real soon.